Hey fam, this is Chae,
And this is Schyna.
and welcome to Streaming While Black presents our recap of PValley. All right, so this is, I believe, the second to the last episode?
Yeah.
Okay.
The season finale comes Sunday, right? This Sunday.
The season finale comes on tomorrow, where we've been late recording because you know what? We got lives and shit. So
Absolutely.
So we're doing the recap for the most recent episode, not counting the episode that comes on tomorrow night. And the title of that episode is Last Call for Alcohol. Uncle Clifford goes to war for the hearts and minds of Sugar Lisa. Back at the club, the Pink family comes together to prepare for its biggest night yet. All right. So, as usual, what did you think of this episode? Like, what did you like about this episode?
I really didn't like a lot about this episode. This episode was not as good as the other episodes, and we agreed on this. Like you said, the same thing. There was nothing that really stood out like that. That was like, wow, this is really, really good. Aside of the very end, I didn't like how it ended, but the end was kind of like, oh shit, what's about to happen next? But no, there was nothing that really stood out that I really liked a lot about this episode. What about you?
What did I like about this episode?
It was just blah.
I mean, it wasn't a bad episode, but it wasn't like a great fire episode like we've been getting over the last couple of weeks.
Right.
Like, I think I mentioned this the last recap that we did, is that they did their like penultimate episode way early. And like, I think this show only has 8 episodes. So usually the penultimate episode is the one before the finale. So it should have been like that fire ass episode.
Yes.
Yes. But I believe that they did their penultimate episode 4, right? Because we was real hype about that one.
Early in the season, definitely.
I feel like the show really set the bar in the first couple of episodes. And it's like, when you take a roller coaster, you're ramping up and you're getting excited and shit. And then we get to this episode and it's just like, we just stuck at the top. We ain't going nowhere. We ain't going down. It's just, we just at the top. It could have been, I think it could have been better.
Right.
I'm saying, like, it just was more mundane. And then I would have liked to know what really happened more so with Mercedes and her daughter, Terica. Like, it's almost like that doesn't even matter anymore. You know what I'm saying?
I haven't brought it up since 2 episodes ago. So 2 episodes ago, we kind of got introduced to her daughter, and we're kind of trying to figure out what the hell happened in that situation, but they haven't brought it back up again. Now they're mainly focusing on the strippers and losing the Pink, etc. So
I like about this episode. You know what? This is what keeps coming.
Nothing, friend, nothing.
Oh, you know what keeps coming to mind? Because like when I was watching it, I was just like, this motherfucker got me all messed up. And then I'm not thinking about it as like, oh, my favorite scene. But now that I think back on it, it is my favorite scene. Uncle Clifford's Black Panther outfit had me fucking going. I was just like, well, power to the people, Miss Ann. Like, goddamn. Like, he was not playing. I always go up for motherfuckers that dress the part. Whether it be on TV or in real life, when you get into character, get into character. And no, he got into character. I was just like, well, shit, all right. Maybe want to break out my leather jacket and my black cloaks and shit. Be like, yes, power to the people. Everybody get into character at certain points of their life. Some people get into character all the fucking time. Uncle Clifford gets into character all the fucking time. And I am here for it. So I really enjoyed that part. I think that part probably could have been a little longer, but it was interesting that the church folks didn't have a problem with Uncle Clifford. You know what I'm saying? Like he made no mistake. He had no illusions of where he was at. He knew that he was a heathen. He said, you know, and for those of y'all who are ain'ts, cause y'all not saints. You know what I'm saying? Like he addressed that shit and I loved it. And unfortunately, that was the only thing that I really loved about the episode. So was there anything that you absolutely hated about the episode?
Yes.
Okay, so what did you hate about the episode?
That man put on that fucking brother who signed the contract. Do you know his name? Because I don't want to keep calling him the brother who signed the fucking contract.
Urban.
What's his name? Do you know?
Urban.
Okay. Well, Orban's makeup. Orban was supposed to have gotten his ass beat by his brothers. And the makeup that they, like, I'm used to watching really good movies that make you believe that somebody got their ass beat, you know? And when I saw that, I'm like, whoever did a terrible fucking job. It was terrible. So that's what really stood out that I did not like about it. I'm like, they could have done better than that. This whole season, they've done really good with their editing and their, you know, and shooting the, you know, the show. Everything's been great. And up until that point when I was like, whoever did that makeup shouldn't have done that. So what did you not like about this episode?
I mean, just to comment on Corbin and his makeup, I didn't even notice it, but like I noticed that when I watch TV shows a little differently than some people. I think we pretty much watch like the same. Mm-hmm. But I think with this, you were far more observant about it than I was because I didn't think shit of it. But then at the same time, it could be this too. Corbin's mixed. Mm-hmm. Skin. I don't know what he really is in, you know, in real life. But I'm wondering if his makeup just looked really fucking horrible because he's mixed. I mean, when mixed ass whooped, it's never a pretty sight. So I don't know if that has something to do with it where they just couldn't match up the makeup right.
And they couldn't have, because I think to me on black people, when you make them look like they got their ass beat, to me it looks a lot more believable. Mm-hmm. Opposed to trying to make a white person or a mixed person look like they got their ass beat, because it's a little different, you know, because I'm sure they bruise a little different than what we do, you know. Our bruises are more like purple, black, you know, whatever. And theirs probably are some other color, I don't know. But that shit it wasn't right.
I think you might be right, because I've been watching Lovecraft Country, mm-hmm. and Journey's what's her name? Journey Somet. I'm gonna fuck up her name, but Journey. She's real light. She's been in a lot of different things, but in that show, you know, they had bruising on her, and it wasn't like I've always known. You know who I'm talking about, right?
I know you're talking about. Absolutely, yeah, I know you're talking about.
She's light skinned. I've always known her to be light skinned. I think she's mixed, but she is. This show really highlights how yellow she is, right? Because I never thought about it before. And the point I'm trying to make with her is that she's bruised. Like, there's an episode that I just watched where she's bruised, right? And while I didn't notice that Corbin's makeup was all fucked up on this show on PValley, I noticed on that show her bruising was a little weird. It was like more brownish than purple. Then it should have been, you know, highly noticeable because she's light skinned.
Yeah.
And then I know I'm not as light as she is, but like I'm fucking clumsy. So I always got bruises and shit on me. My husband is not whooping my ass, okay? Trust and believe. My husband's not whooping my ass. But I'm fucking clumsy. So I always end up with bruises and I don't know where the fuck I got them from. And I know what my shit looks like. And so like I can see what you're saying with Corbin. Like Corbin's makeup was not the best, but then at the same time, he's light skinned, so I don't think they could get that shit right anyway.
You're right.
Did I hate though? Okay. It's a love-hate situation with the Diamond and Keyshawn storyline. Like, I like the storyline, but I don't like what they did with this episode with them. Like, they showed us that they really have chemistry. Okay. Like, really have chemistry. She can finally really see that he really likes her. But it's more, I I don't like the way they shot it because they made it seem like both of them have known that they have this chemistry, and they chose now to act when that's not what they've been showing us. What they've been showing us is that Diamond is super sweet on Keyshawn, but Keyshawn is like not really seeing it. You know what I'm saying? Also, for Keyshawn to be in a domestic abusive relationship, she was very quick to kiss that motherfucker. But then she didn't. So I didn't like is that white sitcoms do this shit all the time. They do this shit in black sitcoms too, but you don't see it as much as you do in white sitcoms. That whole will they or won't they get it on? If they do get it on, what's gonna happen? Is it everything's gonna be like a fairy tale, or is it just gonna crash and burn? I don't like that. Let these fuckers get together so we can see what's gonna happen next. Let them get together so Diamond can whoop her baby daddy's ass. Like, I need to see that. That should be in the season finale. Diamond whooping Derek's ass.
Wait. I cannot wait until he gets his ass whooped.
Oh.
Like, I'm for him to get his ass whooped. And I know Diamond's going to be the one to do it. I'm just waiting.
Listen, I think Diamond is right now, as we speak, if he was a real person in real life, was probably cracking his knuckles. He can't wait. But the other thing that I didn't like, there's two things I didn't like. I didn't like Derek, but I'm not supposed to like Derek. But like the way that he was acting, and like there's no chemistry with him and Keyshawn, like personality wise. Like we've not really seen them together long enough to see if there's some chemistry, but it's like personality wise, it's just like, how the fuck did she get with him? Because they don't even seem like they would even like each other.
I agree with you.
It's like he gives you the impression that if she went out on a date with him, like first time meeting him, it would be the first and last date.
Absolutely.
But he comes off as being this like real asshole that nobody really likes. So I'm surprised that this motherfucker was actually lit into the pink.
Me too.
You know what I'm saying? So it was just weird.
I'm shocked they let his ass in there too.
Yeah, it was just weird. I don't like him. I'm not supposed to like him. I get that. The other thing that I didn't like, because I thought it was weird, like it made sense, but it was still weird. I'm not calling Little Murder no more. His name is LaMarcus. I'm gonna call that motherfucker LaMarcus. So I didn't like LaMarcus being scared, having stage fright. And I'll tell you why this is weird to me. It's weird to me because the way that they've portrayed little LaMarcus is like he had been performing other places. Like people knew of his music. It wasn't like he was rolling up to the pink like, yeah, I'm Little Murder. You know, I'm going to be big. It was more or less like, yeah, I'm Little Murder. I'm the neighborhood superstar. Everybody know about me. Let's think about it. If you're a rapper, don't nobody know you. Why the fuck you think you just going to hop the line and shit? Just because you got a maybe Louis Vuitton duffel bag. I say maybe because the motherfucker is probably a relic. It's probably a knockoff. But I'm saying, who does that? That was just kind of weird. So I mean, the scene itself was kind of cool with him being butt ass naked in the champagne room, you know, doing this thing and getting over a stage fright. That was cute and cool and everything, but it didn't really make no sense. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't like how Mercedes, at the end of the episode, I didn't like how Mercedes was trying to get Autumn to dance or go into a VIP or whatever, the champagne room with Montavious Hill. I didn't like that. Because if you see your girl and you like, yeah, girl, let's get this money. Yeah, girl, we got this trick on the line. Yeah. And you looking at her face and you see all the color leaves her face and you see just fright.
And you just keep going on and on. It's like,
she ignored that shit. I'm like, how the fuck do you ignore that shit? Like, if it was me and you and I see you looking a certain certain way, just on instinct, I'm gonna jump in front of that man and be like, okay, you know what, let's just go. You know what I'm saying? That's me though. So I don't know if I feel that way because like they make it seem like they Thelma and Louise and shit now, you know what I'm saying, or what. But it just felt weird. And Autumn should have been able to see from the stage who he was. You know what I'm saying? So that was weird. I didn't like that. What didn't you like?
I didn't like Autumn's outfit. You know, we talked about that.
Yeah, that was weak.
Cheap and thrift. To me, you know, Mercedes, like she always comes with that bomb ass fucking stripper outfit, and Autumn fucking tank top that she done looks like she done fucking cut off, and just some shorts, or just she's just so fucking plain. It's ridiculous. So I didn't like that. I don't like the way that they're dressing her.
Right.
I just don't like the way they're dressing her at all. So I didn't like that at all.
She could throw Mate or whatever the fuck her name is, you know, the floss chick. They could throw her like $50 and come out with some great shit. Okay, this Montavious Hill character, I want to talk about that because it's how they're introducing him is kind of interesting. They make it very clear that Autumn shot that nigga. We don't know why she shot him. We don't know where she shot him. But she was just like, supposed to be dead. But I think they fucked up with editing. No, not editing. I think they fucked up the storyline with this, though. Because it's like, I thought you were dead. I shot you. But at the same time, in the previous episodes, when she was calling to find out if people were alive, she asked about Montavious. So if you really thought this nigga was dead, why is you asking to see if he didn't popped up? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. It makes
So since this shit was kind of dry, what do you think they're gonna do for the season finale? Because after this, you know, that's it until they start filming again. And with this plague that we in, we don't know when that's gonna be.
Yeah. Do you know how many episodes they're signing up for?
What now?
You know how many seasons they're signing? How many episodes in the next season?
They haven't said whether or not. I don't think that they've said whether or not that they've been picked up for a second season. Let me see something real quick. I might be able to find out real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so good. So you were right. It got renewed for a second season. So, but again, we in a whole ass plague, so I don't know how this shit is gonna work because filming right now is like really ridiculous. So, but what do you think they're going to show us in this last episode? Like, you think they're gonna do like a
I think they're gonna show us. I think they're gonna show us why then, like what's going on with the Montavious Hill and Autumn Night. I think they're gonna reveal that on the last episode. I also think that they're going to reveal whether or not he's going to lose the pink. I think that because, you know, it was up for auction the next day, which was by the time that, yeah. So I think that's going to be revealed. That's pretty much all. That's enough to have us on the edge of our seats, I think, pretty much. What do you think?
I had a thought. What if two things happen? What if Autumn buys the pink? Because it's going to be crazy.
That's crazy. So yeah, so what if Autumn does buy the pink because she has the money to do it?
Right. So here's another thing. What if Montavious strongs arm her to get that money and he buys the pink?
That would be crazy too.
Be crazy. So I'm thinking, I mean, because if the pink gets lost to the casino, if it gets auctioned to the casino, that's the end of the show.
Yeah.
So something has to happen for them to keep the pink. I think in this last episode, I think that Diamond and Derek are going to come to a head. I think that they're going to tell us more about what actually happened with Autumn and Montavious Hill.
Yeah.
I think that Andre's wife going to find out that he ain't shit. And I think Gidget gonna find out her man ain't shit. I think she gonna find out her man has actually been in the neighborhood. And I think that it's gonna get out that LaMarcus is fucking around with Uncle Clifford, and there's gonna be some decisions that's gonna have to be made about that with his career. Because this friend made it very clear that he was not for the shits. He is not trying to let him fuck up his money.
That's true.
So I don't know. Do you have any other thoughts on the show?
No, I don't. It was a pretty short show. It wasn't really like a lot to it.
Yeah, I think this was like 47 minutes in comparison to like 52 minutes, which is the norm for this show.
Right.
So, and then your ass looking drowsy, the motherfucker. So.
Yeah. Oh, goodness, girl. What a freaking day. That's all I can say.
We're going to go ahead and wrap this up. And hopefully we can get this uploaded as soon as possible. And then we'll be recording for the finale sometime in the next week, depending on our schedules. And then, of course, our regular show will be up early in the week as well. All right. So this is us recapping PValley. Are we done and finished?
We're done and finished.
All right. We are done.